Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Kel, what's up?
Well, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Welcome to Candidly Speaking with Chelle and Kelle. I'm Kelle.
I'm Chelle. We are so glad y'all are here. Thank you for joining us. And we have an amazing show. We are so excited.
Amazing.
More about that in just a second. But first, our sponsors are
Blue Sky Video Productions. Bruce Himmelblau is our producer. He makes our show run seamlessly. He is an expert and a YouTube strategist. And if you're thinking of doing a live stream, you should contact him immediately.
He's a great guy. And who else?
Cards That Wow. That's me. If you want to make your brand stand out and you want to stand out to your clients, you can send them a custom handmade branded note card from me, and your clients will actually open the envelope and say, wow. I promise.
They will. You know, I got a Cards That Wow card in the mail this week. And I did. And I got to tell you, I passed it around. Everybody in my office saw it and they said, wow, it's beautiful. It's sitting on my desk because it is a work of art. So check out her stuff, y'all, if you haven't. Kellen is magnificent. So thanks for watching. And if you are here, we would love to know that you're here. So please let us know. Put something in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you are watching the replay, which is what most people do, please put in #replay and still let us know where you're from. Come back next week and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, Candidly Speaking with Chelle and Kelle.
And if you like what you're seeing, share it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the reason I sent out those cards were for a very special occasion.
Yes.
Our Megamind group is a year old.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So all Megaminders out there, because we know you're all watching. Happy birthday. And we are so glad to still be together a year later. So
and you got to meet a few of them yesterday.
Wonderful. Yes. And just wonderful, wonderful people. Speaking of wonderful people,
oh gosh,
we are so pumped to have our guest. She's actually a return guest. She was the first guest that we ever had on Candidly Speaking.
First guest
ever. And she is amazing. Kellen and I are both very close followers of her teaching and her husband's teaching. She's amazing. She is the author of Sales in a New York Minute and the creator of the Breakthrough Business Babe community. Help me welcome Jennifer Gitomer.
I was all dancing in the background. I'm like,
we haven't changed our music in well, it's not been a year, but
no, I don't think you had that when I was here before. This has gotten very professional.
You know something, and
we were archaic.
Jazzy, don't you think? Because we're jazzy girls.
I love it. I love it.
It is catchy. I do find myself.
I love it. I'm like
kind of humming it. You know,
I am really excited to be back. Except I think you've had someone on the show more than me.
We can't count like
Cynthia? I think it must be Cynthia.
I think Cynthia's been on here like 3 times.
Cynthia has been on. She let's see.
Well, it's now a competition. So let's see how I do today, and then maybe I'll be back soon.
We would love that competition. You will. Because we would love to have both y'all all the time. So that's wonderful. It's on. Cynthia.
Man. It's on, Cynthia.
She has thrown her hat in the ring.
I know she's got to be watching because I know she's online.
I'm sure she is. If
not, Cynthia. You know I love you.
She usually watches live.
Oh.
So you are at the beach right now.
I am. I technically live here.
Yeah.
Technically.
Good for you.
And it's just amazing. Like, who knew you could live at the beach? You could literally be on vacation every day.
Yeah. That has not occurred to me yet. that you can actually do that. But I am just so jealous of you in a good way for that. Good for you.
Oh,
I can't wait to like find you and hang out with you.
yeah, me too.
Because I will find you.
I know. Kellen's just going to show up. She's going to like one of those apps has my location and she's like, oh, there she is. Go this way.
She does that. She does that.
I do that, unfortunately.
So, all right. Here, I have a question for you, Jennifer.
Yes.
When I think about things that I have learned from Jen Gitomer, and they are numerous. Okay, they are. And thank you for that. It's working out fairly well. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
But what I think about is don't make it about you. Okay? So you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, I think, I've taken a new spin on this lately, and I don't know if this is what you're referring to or not. But first of all, like everything should really be about your customer. It begins with you, your mindset, your preparation, your attitude, all the things, right? But what ends up happening is then people are like, well, I'm scared to ask for the sale. Okay, you've just made it about you. Okay, I'm scared is about you. It's not about you. Like, if you want to help your customer, then you need to think, how can I best help them? That's all it's about. Okay. The asking for the sale comes naturally when you take yourself out of the equation and make it about them. And so when I hear all these different fears and beliefs and thoughts all the time, and what happens is those notions that prevent someone from making as many sales as, because I'm all about making money, and I joke I'm on vacation every day only because I love what I do, but I work my butt off, and I love making sales, and it's always to me about the customer. It's not about you. And so when you're in your head, you're like, oh, I'm not going to do a live video because what if no one shows up? You just made it about yourself, right? Like it is, you can use this in literally everything, that any thought that is preventing you from taking that next step.
You said exactly what I thought you would say. That's what I have learned from you. But you know what, Jennifer? Why is that so hard for us? I mean, I will find myself, I've got my sales presentation all mapped out. I've got, everything. I've got my statistics and I've got my, comparisons and all of this. And if you get to a point, where you're ready to close the sale, there you've got all the buying signals from your prospect. But I'm not finished selling. I'm not finished. I want to talk about this, because that's about me. That's what I want to do. Why do we do that?
We're human. We're human. Like, and that's just what we've done since maybe 4 or 5 years old. Like your earliest memories, ow, it hurts. Like all the things, are about ourselves. And so it's just natural. And now it's like we need to retrain our brain to think, oh, take myself out of this equation. Like this, my dog is doing zoomies back and forth.
Right. Good for him.
So it's never about me. It's about them. But we've grown up that way, right? Like every human being on the planet has some sort of story about, that time when because it's about them. And so we need to retrain our brains in a sales situation to prepare in terms of them, to think in terms of them. Like I don't show up and think, if I'm on a sales call, what can I sell today? I think, what does the customer need? How can I most help them? And there's a huge difference when you turn that table. But why? I mean, it's just natural instinct.
So how do you drill down to find out what it is that they truly need? Because what they really need may or may not be what they're asking you for.
Well, that's true. Sometimes customers don't even know what they need, right, which is so interesting, right? And so that's where the power of asking really good questions and being just genuinely curious comes into play. Like, I'm an introvert, okay? Except I am.
Every time you say that, I'm going to laugh. But okay, I'll take your word for it.
I really am. Like, talking to people exhausts me. I'm like, okay, are we done yet? Can we go home yet? And Jeffrey's like, let's go talk to more people. I'm like, really?
No one can accuse him of being introverted.
He is definitely
That's
not
not
an
gonna
introvert.
So anyway, so I'm an introvert, yet I am the best networker on the planet. And the only reason why I've been able to become a good networker is because I want to know about the other person. And if you do that, right, you show up to networking meetings, you show up to sales calls, you show up where you're meeting people in like the business realm, and you just ask about them, guess what? People love to talk about themselves. Like they legitimately will tell you everything. People I meet for 2 minutes have told me their whole life story. Yesterday, one of our clients was talking to Jeffrey. They hadn't spoken in months. And she was like, oh, your wife knows my whole life story. And I'm like,
Sure do.
I do. Like, true story. I do. And so, you just become a good listener. And then when you become a good listener and you're not listening with the intent to like just respond with your stuff, but just actually listen with the intent to understand, then you take notes and you're like, oh, they said this, so this is what they need. They're not thinking they need this because maybe they don't even know it's a possibility, you know?
It's a huge shift when you get to that listening point, when you're sometimes, like you say, you're listening, but you're actually trying to think of what the next thing you're going to say when you're not listening, but you think you're listening. And then when you have that shift and you are truly listening, the things you can do to help your client are infinite.
Right.
I always have a notepad and a pen or my phone where I like take notes. Yeah. And I'm writing stuff down because I'm literally like listening. And here's another thing. If you're on a sales call, listen to their specific words, because if you change their words and paraphrase to them in your words what you think they need, they're not going to hear it the same as if you say their words. Their words are really important.
Exactly.
Good tip.
No, it's true. It's like, because I did that and I paraphrased and they're like, no, what I really want, this is
what I really meant is,
and so then I just learned, just repeat.
Yeah.
I know what it means.
Their words are so key.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
But, and you hit on another thing. Take those notes, study those notes, and then put the pieces together like working a puzzle, because the answer is probably there, even if the prospect doesn't necessarily know it. And then you come out, you're the hero, you get the sale, you've solved the problem. That's wonderful.
I love no's. Yeah, I literally love no's because then I know where someone stands. Yeah.
That classic Gitomer teaching right there. I love that. Understand. Don't listen to me.
Gitomer.
Classic Gitomer. Yes.
Okay. So my book went out in these subscription boxes, and they have this Facebook group. It's called Sparkle Hustle Grow, and I'm happy to send anyone my link if you want it. I think you get a discount. The boxes are really cool. They're like these entrepreneur boxes. Anyway, I'm the guest expert all month. So I'm doing this live training yesterday. And one of the things I asked, because, I had asked, like, when I say the word sales, what comes to mind, right? And some people are like, excitement, money, yes, awesome. And then other people, and this is so natural, and if you're watching, I'd love, or even if you're watching the replay, like pop in the chat, what comes to mind for you? And so what other people said were like disappointment or difficult or pushy. Fear. Or all these negative emotions, right? And so like in one word, I knew exactly how they felt, which was really cool. So then I went live and I'm like, look, like a lot of people don't love selling. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay if you want to own a business. You're going to have to figure out a way to make sales or you're not going to have a business. But why is sales, like what is it about sales that are pushy or uncomfortable or uneasy? And so I asked them to describe a time or think of a time, I want you guys to do it too, where you got money for something. So it was like quid pro quo. So you said, okay, I'll give you my amazing cards that wow, and you'll give me some dollars, right? And so we've all done that, right? And you can already feel something from that. And then I said, I want you to think of a time where you just recommended something and someone implemented it. So like for me, I recommend my hairdresser all the time. I recommend my manicurist. If you are in Isle of Palms, you better go see Kathy. Kathy is the best nail lady on the planet. Not everyone in the nails. No. If she's not there, you go back on a day where Kathy is there because Kathy rocks. Okay. So like, look how I'm like selling her without selling her, right?
Right.
And how many times a day or a week do you recommend someone?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Absolutely.
All the time, because it's natural, right? And that feeling, that effortless feeling when you refer someone. So Jeffrey's on this key lime pie kick. And I think I talked about his membership the other day, but like he loves key lime pie from Acme Low Country. He not only tells everyone we meet, because most people who come here are on vacation, like a real one, and they're here for a week. He not only tells everyone we meet to go to Acme Low Country and get the key lime pie, he tells other restaurant owners that we've become friendly with that they need to kick their key lime pie to the curb and go get Acme's key lime pie because it's better.
Of course he does. I can absolutely see him doing that.
I can see him doing that. Totally.
Sure.
He's like, your pie with their crust, oh, it would be the best pie. You know, he's like, phenomenal pie. Okay. But why does he do this? Why? It's effortless. It is, he just wants to share the love about that food because he really loves it, right? So why aren't our sales like that? Why don't our sales feel that way? And I think sometimes we make it, going back to the beginning, about ourselves, right? What if I show up and I go on the sales call and they don't buy? What if I take the phone call and they don't buy? Like we make it about ourselves and what it's going to mean if they say no, or what it's going to mean if they go with someone else, or what it's going to mean if they just don't buy right now. Maybe it just means they don't have the money right now or something, right? Who knows?
There she is.
Hi, Cynthia. We were talking about you in the beginning.
We were talking about you.
And so I'm on this new kick to teach everyone how to sell as effortlessly as Jeffrey sells that key lime pie. I want literally everyone to have pie in their face in a good way, where it just feels like, oh, I'm just recommending my manicurist, or I'm just recommending my hair person because they're that good. I want you to feel that way about your own products, about your own services, about whatever it is you're selling, so that you literally want to tell everybody you know. I just went off on a tangent. I don't know if you asked me about that.
No,
I had this strong desire to tell you.
Well, that's what we're here for.
What we asked, and that's right. But your passion about that is contagious. So hopefully you've really, yeah.
A lot of it has to do with being confident with what you're selling too.
Yeah, believe in
like
your product.
when I was in a job that I knew the product, but maybe I didn't believe in it, or I didn't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I was very timid. But if it's something I love, I'm like, I scream it to the world.
Right. When I sold educational software back in the day, we had a product that I sold to a lot of schools, and then something happened with the software and there was like this glitch. And so the following year I didn't sell it to any schools because I didn't believe in it, because it was my name, even though it wasn't my product, right. It was my name on the line. So I would sell everything except that product. So then one day my boss comes to me and he's like, hey, you're not selling this, and neither is any of the sales team. What's going on? Like, give it to me straight, because he knew I was always like, I'll just tell you like it is. Tell it like it is. I'm like, well, it ruined our reputation, we felt personally. So we're not risking our name for the company. Like, no offense, I'm going to sell everything I know works, not stuff that doesn't work.
Right.
Like, I have to go back to these customers.
That's so damaging. And then
I know.
That's what you're associated with.
It's hard to recover from something like that too.
Yeah, it's
right.
hard.
And so he's like, so wait, are people hesitant to sell our software? I'm like, mm-hmm. So then we had to have a whole meeting that the only purpose of the meeting was to create confidence in the sales team in the products.
Wow.
The entire meeting. We flew people in from like 40 people in from all over the country to meet with software engineers who could assure us that nothing would have a glitch. Like demoed things. It wasn't like, let's get sales training, whatever. No, it was like, let's restore your faith. Because if you don't have that baseline, that faith, that confidence, like you said, Kellen, like you're not going to be able to sell it. There's no way.
All the sales training in the world is not going to change that.
Right.
You don't believe
Right.
in that.
Right.
Exactly.
By the way, I haven't thought of that in so long. So thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It was all you guys.
Thank you. So I'm sorry, I'm at Kellen. You talk. I have asked all these questions. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
I really like that leopard chair. It suits you.
thank you.
And seats you.
Thank you. I've got two of them. I never know which way to turn. Let's see,
They're
there's
so
two of them.
cute.
That's sweet.
I like them. I like them. Everybody's
like
bedroom needs leopard chairs. So
Of course.
We used to have leopard chairs in our dining room like that. I thought it was a little much because there were like 12 of them, but
Oh, it's not too much. No. Everything.
my mom really likes leopard.
No, when you've got too much, just do a little bit more, and it's perfect.
She also
Or even
had
then, it
leopard
might not be
curtains
enough.
next room.
A little bit more when you've got too much, and then I'm happy. So
Don't tell that to my mother, please.
Oh my gosh.
Kellen, what's that sign? What's that picture of behind you?
It's a pug fishing for donuts.
That's
That's
awesome. Did you make it?
That's my favorite artist, my favorite pug artist. Pink Pug.
Oh, cool.
I tried so hard to get her on the show, but she's just so busy she can't. I'm like, oh. But anyway, but I'm glad you're here because I love
Thank
you.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so I want to talk about the magnetic sales.
Okay, so as I said, I'm on this mission to create effortless selling for people. I want it to feel easy, like you would recommend anything in your life. Like to tell someone they need an iPhone because everyone needs an iPhone, right? And not a droid. Why do I feel like someone here has a droid?
I don't. I'm
Bruce.
Team
I
iPhone.
bet Bruce has a droid. No, I don't know.
No, he's
But,
an
I think he has an iPhone.
He has an iPhone. Okay, good. Good, Bruce. Good,
iPhone.
good. No, but you would tell everyone like easily to go get one. And so I want to create that feeling for anyone who is a business owner and is making sales. And so since we last spoke, I launched a mini course called Supercharged Sales School. And it's really for coaches and female entrepreneurs who want to book out their calendars. It's like coaches and service providers who want to book out their Cynthia has an Android. So
Yeah.
Cynthia, you need an iPhone. You need an iPhone.
Oh,
You know
Cynthia,
the cool
Cynthia,
girls have
Cynthia.
iPhones. Cynthia, come on.
Oh man.
It's funny that you said, I feel that somebody has an
I
Android.
can feel it in the air. I can feel it. They're green. They're not blue.
Oh my God. Okay, we digress.
Yeah. So it's just okay. 1 week I was like, I'm launching all these things. I launched a sales mini course for entrepreneurs and service providers, this magnetic sales membership, which is like so much fun. And by the way, it's only $25 a month. So it's like
It's
the best deal on the
amazing.
planet. It's like I'm giving it away, but I make people pay something. So,
I need to do that. I'm not in that. I need to do that.
Yeah,
I'll do
you
that
need to
tomorrow.
be in that. It's freaking awesome.
Tomorrow.
And then I also put in all the work behind the scenes to launch what I'm calling breakthrough sales coaching, which is for online, like digital entrepreneurs launching courses and masterminds and stuff like that, and how I take them through in an 8-week program to launch their course. So it's like, it was insane. Like most people launch one of those things in the span of a week. And I'm like, I'm just going to do all three. And
I would do one in a year.
I know. I know. But see, like, that's what, when I say I'm on vacay every day, people think like I'm literally just sitting on the beach tanning. And while I am tanning, look, I'll check it out. I'm like pretty tan for me. I know. And it's a little red light here because of our dining room situation, but it's actually tan, not burnt. So, which like for a very pale person like me, this is just good.
Yeah.
No, but I am not sitting on the beach all day, right? Like I go out there a couple times a day with the dogs, but it feels like a vacation when you love what you do. It really does. And so when I created this membership, I was like, I just know I want to bring together lots of awesome female entrepreneurs and people who are making sales in their business and help them in some way. And so once a month, I do these training coaching calls. They're coaching and content. And it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. And so that's really what magnetic sales is all about. And because I want people to feel like they're literally like a magnet for sales. Like I created this meditation in there that is about being a moneymaker magnet, being just like a total moneymaker magnet. And to me, no, ma'am. No, Zoe. To me, that's really what it's all about.
I know once I get the time change and all that stuff right, I won't miss the coaching call.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a Facebook group, there's coaching calls, there's, you can listen to and watch the last 2 months worth of trainings. And it's fun. Like I just love it.
Is there a link do we have a link?
Let me grab you a link. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so
keep talking and all that, and I'll grab it behind the scenes.
Okay.
So it's something that somebody could join today and not be behind, or they can, they can.
Yeah, no one would really be behind because everything gets uploaded, and actually, you would get the content that you didn't pay for from the past 2 months, so you'd actually be ahead.
There you go.
Ching, ching.
What if you are not an entrepreneur? Is it still for you, or is it really focused more on entrepreneurship?
It's more focused on entrepreneurs, for sure. Kellen, did you just say you're not an entrepreneur?
No, that was Michelle. No. I am not.
Oh, Michelle. Sorry, I'm in the other screen, so that's why it was Kellen saying that.
No.
Well, she's
I wouldn't say that to your face.
Entrepreneur. Yeah, no, not me.
I'll put this link in the private
chat
there.
Good.
And by the way, it's like my team, they're like, let's just do a $1 trial to begin with. So you pay $1 to get in there for 30 days. Like, kind of crazy. I don't agree with it, but I'm going with the flow. And we're going to see how it works out. What's that?
How has it worked?
Okay.
Hi,
how does it work?
All right. My girl just got home from work.
Hi.
Hi. Sophia. So, okay, perfect. JenGitomer.com.
That's a really annoying link there. I might have to come back and put it in the comments so that people can, or go to my Instagram bio. It's in there as well.
Okay, so it happens every show. I go blank.
I'm sorry, and I have a daughter who's texting me. She's texted me this book that I need to read right now.
It is not a book.
I need to read it right now.
It's like half a
Okay.
paragraph.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. So can I share, how last time I got to share my moisturizer?
Oh yeah.
Or is that only at the end, my surprise share?
At the end. We have more questions, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think Michelle's frozen.
Oh, there, Chelle's back. Wait.
I think I was frozen. Yeah.
There she is. Okay. Well, we can wait to the end. I was just super stoked.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Try for $1. See, I'm not really a fan of this because I know how much it's worth, but.
Well, it's worth more than $25 too.
Oh yeah, it really is. But we're advertising to a cold audience on Facebook. So it's very interesting when people don't know who you are and what value you can offer, what they're willing to pay up front. And so, we'll see. I can almost guarantee you within a few months, it's going to be like $97 a month. So anyone who gets in now is going to be grandfathered into the 25.
So that's where I signed up, was one of your ads from Facebook.
Oh, great.
This is so cool.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, I'm testing out all these ads. Let me tell you, Ad World is a whole new beast. It is it is a whole different ballgame. It's very interesting. but it's yeah, it's interesting. Say that.
So how have you gotten a great response from this?
Yeah, so we have about 25 people so far in the membership,
Okay,
which
cool.
is great. I mean, I would like thousands. I would like to be helping that. That's the only reason why it's like so low, is so I can help more people, you know? But the ads have been running for about 30 days. So as they continue to tweak them and, you know, get new creatives and do different things, it's going to scale up, which is really cool for sure.
Oh, it'll absolutely take off. Of course it will.
Yeah,
Yes.
anything that Jennifer Gitomer does
That's right.
is awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It is.
The truth. So this is a nice little segue into another question that I had for you.
Charles Coachman, I identify as.
Charles. Let's talk about how
I use that all the time, by the way. Like, I identify as someone, I don't want to get political, but like, you know, on a plane, I identify as someone who's wearing a mask, even if I'm not.
I had a funny one the other day. I'll think of it while we're talking.
Okay.
But even the people behind me were laughing at me. Okay, go ahead, Michelle.
Well, back to, you did 3 launches in a week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, how did you celebrate that achievement? Because I know you did, because you're all about celebrating achievements. So why is that important, and what did you do?
Great question.
Okay, so first off, and Cynthia can talk about her celebrations, because when I challenged her for this in one of my other coaching programs, you know, she ended up getting a Tesla. But
that was by accident, you know.
I know, it was a really funny story.
She got her Tesla by accident.
Yeah, she did. I am really into celebration, because what happens is when you celebrate things, it signifies to your brain that you've reached a new level. And now, oh, that didn't look like a good hand sign. So like, you've reached a new level, and now you're going to the next level and the next level and the next level, right? And so if you don't celebrate, what you tell your brain is, I still haven't reached this level. So how are you going to get to this level, which is higher up, if you haven't reached this level in your brain? And what I learned was, when I published my book, I don't have a copy to show, it's in the other room. But when every author has a copy of their book laying around, and mine is like, I tidied up the other day. I was like, I don't want clutter anywhere.
My copy of the book's at work, and I'm at home, or I would show you.
It's all good. So when I published my book, Sales in a New York Minute, I was like, cool, this is so awesome. I got the box. I opened it up. I held my book baby like I had just birthed it. I was like cloud 9, right? And you would think I would have celebrated. No. I'm like, oh, I'll celebrate when it becomes a bestseller. Okay, it became a bestseller. Then I'm like, okay, I'll celebrate when I don't know, when I hit 5,000 copies. Okay, does that. Okay, I'll celebrate when. And it's like I kept moving the goalpost. Don't do that ever, okay? Not a good thing to do, because what you're telling your brain is that baseline thing that you just accomplished, which may have been a major thing, like publishing a book is kind of a big deal, you know, was like not even at this level. So how could you keep rising up? How can you keep it is not good for the brain. So you have to train your brain to realize that you're having these accomplishments by celebrating them and acknowledging them and being grateful and thankful for them. So during that launch, I think I just had like a really nice dinner with my husband, which maybe is call for a bigger celebration, because I really did launch a lot of things. And I'm pretty sure I treated myself to like a long ass time at the nail salon, because I would have gotten a massage, but it was still kind of COVID unfriendly. And so one of the only places I could go to celebrate in my mind was the nail salon. And I did the paraffin where, you know, they wrap your legs, and I just sat there. And usually I'm at my I'm on my computer at the nail salon while I'm getting a pedicure. And this time I just like relaxed and enjoyed and got the chair massage. And, so that's what I did.
So, pressing question: how did you like the paraffin? Was that good?
Oh, I love the paraffin. And
Yeah,
because I'm on the beach all the time and the bottom of your soles, your feet get like beachy. I do it every time now.
Good for you.
But my nail salon is not like bougie, so it's not that expensive, and and it just feels good. Like I really enjoy, treating myself to that. And Kathy says I need it, so I listened to Kathy. This week I got to choose mint. This is a very important detail. If you don't know me, I love essential oils. I sell them. You would never know that, but I do, because I know how to use them. And like, I'm like the plant lady, and I know all these medicines for everything that are natural everything. Oh my God. We can talk about that too, if you want.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I used mint, and it smelled really good.
Okay, bring up Bam.
I'm wearing bedazzled pants, and I'm exfoliating. Thank you, Eric Bam. Thank you. I identify as someone eating pizza right now in your honor.
He probably is. I don't know about the exfoliation, but I know he's bedazzled.
I'm sure he's wearing the bedazzled jeans.
Yeah. He wears those every Wednesday night for our show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you make them for him, Kellen?
Make jeans that wow. Come on.
I got everything that wows.
Yeah, you do,
That's
girl.
another show.
Oh, yeah. He's also Brazilian, apparently.
Oh, he's getting a Brazilian too.
Goofball.
He's trying to
I'm
make
not
me
going to touch
snort.
that one. I'm not going to go there.
He's trying to make me snort, but it hasn't worked.
Oh man. This is so much fun. I love hanging out with you guys.
Well, we love it too. We love it too. I got another question. And I'm sorry. Well, when we were talking about celebrating your achievements and all of the things that you did, like I said, I'm just focused on that 1 week where you did these 3 huge things. And you said most people wouldn't do them, in a week. They would maybe do one a week. To me, those are things most people would do once a year, once a lifetime. I don't know. So, I mean, kudos to you for doing that. One a week. That's amazing. And because, you just did it. You didn't talk about it. You just did it. So let's talk about timing. Let's talk about waiting for the perfect time to do something. Okay.
There will never.
Here you go.
There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a perfect time to do anything. Like, there's always going to be some reason why this time is not right. Why, your kids are graduating. The dogs are barking. Your aunt is sick. Something is always going on because we're living human beings, right? We have stuff going on. That's just natural. There's never like, oh, well, I had this really quiet period, so I launched all these things. It just doesn't happen. And so if you decide, it's all really about 2 things. 1, staying in integrity. So if you decide that you're going to do something by a certain date, then what you do is you figure out how to make that happen, how to schedule block time on your calendar to actually just freaking do it. And the other thing is, how badly do you want it? Like, what is that innermost desire from within you, that burning passion, that burning desire that just is making that thing, whatever it is, explode, right? And come out of you and be birthed, so to speak, right? And so if you can identify that purpose, and I don't want to just say your why, because everyone says that, it's kind of cliche, but like really that innermost purpose of what will happen when you do these things. Or you can also think about what will happen if you don't do these things. So there are so many people, for example, about writing a book. There are so many people who say, oh, I'm going to write a book one day. Well, when is one day? Well, I don't know on one day. It's like, when is that? Is that like between Monday and Tuesday, one day? Like when is one day? You have to choose the day that book is going to be done. You have to choose it and commit to it and then take actions that make it happen. You can't just like choose it and then be all, what's that movie? I don't know where you guys went, but what's that movie? Oh, there you are. I'm like, they left me. What? The Secret. Is that what it's called? The Secret?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I visualize it and I see it and I'm going to manifest it. It's all going to happen. Guess what? All that stuff I believe in, I agree with. If you take inspired action to make it happen. And when you say, and when you say, what if it's not perfect or something? I think you said that, like, what if it's not ready? What if it's not perfect? Guess what? The way things become ready and perfect is by taking messy, inspired action. And that action creates clarity. And that clarity creates results. And then those results give you money and other things like testimonials and feedback and ideas to go back and tweak it and improve it. And guess what? It's never going to be perfect.
No.
It isn't. And so you decided, let's do all three things in 1 week. That's amazing. I just can't get over that.
I didn't realize what I was setting myself up for in a way. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. Not realizing it wasn't normal. You know, like, oh no, this is not normal. And then when I did it, I'm like, I don't think that was normal.
No, I mean, hey, go big or go home. I mean, you went big, girl.
That's right. That's right. I love what Eric Bam said. I never want to be a thought leader. I want to be a thought and take action leader. The best achievers do.
Yep. If we've learned anything in the last year, that's one of the lessons.
Bam's a smart guy.
He is.
I had a conversation with him just before the show. He was not laying down the wisdom necessarily in that conversation, but he's a smart guy.
Yes.
So all right.
Here we go. No, I was getting ready.
I'm sorry. Do you have another question or anything else you would like to add, Jennifer, before I get to my big question?
I think I've for now. If I think of something else, I'll let you know for sure.
Okay. Well, we have a tradition on the show that actually started
with you.
Started with you. We were sitting there, and actually, speaking of Bam, he was like, "Okay, here's the frame, here's the shot that I'm in," and he's like, right there, heckling me, trying to get me to mess up. Which he did.
Those are in the first show.
Yeah, first show.
You guys sent me out to the bar. I was all by myself.
You guys were like in a restaurant or something.
It was a pizza restaurant.
In Kansas City. We were at I can't think of the name of the place right now, but it was fantastic pizza. I know Eric's going to think of it. Is going to remind us in the chat if he's still on.
What's that pizza that you guys all went crazy about?
Oh my gosh, it was crab rangoon pizza.
Crab rangoon.
It was the best stuff I've ever had in my life. It was so good. I don't know. Oh wait, Eric has a question. Jen, what are you insecure about?
I don't know. I'm sure something.
Old Shawnee's Pizza. Old Shawnee Pizza.
Old Shawnee Pizza. That's it.
Oh, amazing.
Well, we're on YouTube or something. This is weird. Are we meant to be? Okay. I would say I had gained. Oh, there's a lot of us.
I don't know what that
At one point, I had gained a lot of weight, and I don't know if insecure is the right word, but I didn't like it. I've recently lost 10 pounds, so I'm going down in the right direction, which is awesome. I'll have to think on that for sure. I'm not so sure.
Are you a yoga person? Do you do yoga or Pilates, or what do you do?
I do yoga and I play a lot of I play probably minimum an hour of tennis a day.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have played tennis 2 times in my life, and each time I broke a bone.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
So,
I started a tennis clinic here, a tennis team.
You did?
So these ladies were like, listen to this, right? I'm really good. And Okay, I'm really good at tennis, and
You are.
these ladies, I guess, thought I wasn't, and they're like, "Well, you can't play on our team because you're not good enough." Literally, is what they said to me. Like, you wouldn't get to play because you're not good enough. Meanwhile, I can play them and beat them. But okay, so
you have like a ranking, don't you? I think I heard Jeffrey say that once. That you're like,
yeah, you get rankings, and
yeah,
it's crazy. So anyway, one day they're like, well, joking around, they're like, well, you should just start a team, because you can't join ours. And I was like, okay, I will. And so the very next day, I'm like, who wants to be on my team? And we now have a team. And so our matches begin in August. I'm so excited.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Do you think
Oh
you
my
could
God.
video it or do it live?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
would
yeah.
be, I would watch that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would pay to watch that.
I mean, I'm not like Serena Williams good, but I'm good for the average tennis player. Like,
Right.
woke up and went to tennis this morning,
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be
I'm really good, Jennifer Gitomer. Listen, I am proud. I have put in practice. I have put in I've done my 10,000 hours in tennis. Okay.
That's amazing.
If you're good at something, you're good at it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, false modesty. You're good or you're not.
Brush and brag.
Right.
It's
There
our
you
motto.
go.
Right.
Just say it like it is. So what's this tradition? Where are we going with this?
Okay, here's the
Oh.
tradition is I was trying to figure out because I'd never hardly even been live, let alone done a show. So I thought, what can I ask this woman? And of all people, it's Jennifer Gitomer. So I asked you what kind of moisturizer you used. And that has become the standard question. It doesn't matter, male, female. We're going to ask you about your moisturizer. So we're not going to ask you because we have already asked you that. And I know you get it at a pharmacy in Paris.
Okay, so this is so interesting because I didn't even think about this at the beginning of the show. Since we last spoke, I've transitioned almost everything in our house, almost everything, not everything, almost, to natural stuff.
Okay.
Because I realized the chemicals are not good for you. So like everything has chemicals, okay, your dishwasher detergent, your laundry detergent, your cleaner, all the things have chemicals. So I have switched to Justin Benton's, you're like not going to believe this, to his CBD moisturizer. And it is
Really?
amazing. It is, I'm like, no joke. It's actually, it's on my patio right now because I needed it to melt a little bit. Wow. It's like this mango butter or whatever. And I usually don't wear a lot of makeup and I'll just put that stuff on and it's amazing. So I highly recommend that. But
I didn't even know he sold. I knew he did all the different oils and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he did.
I got CBG oil.
it's called Raw Renew. I think I even have a discount code. I think it's like Jennifer 20 or something, but I can let you guys know. It's amazing. Like it's plant-based. It's all natural stuff. So
Is it called coconut oil where it's kind of solid and is it like that?
Kind of, it's a little bit more dewy than that. It's a little bit more dewy. Yeah.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
So I didn't even think to tell you that I switched moisturizers. Yeah.
That's good to know. I don't know. I've never heard Justin talk about that, but maybe I just missed it.
No, me either.
And I've never looked on the website. So, okay.
Now we need to check it out.
Absolutely. So,
What is Eric doing now?
I can't,
It's
I can't.
Gitomer, like MER, Gitomer, not Gitamore, Gitomer.
I can't read it. So, okay.
What
So
the hell?
here's my question then.
He needs to wax his back.
He's had too much wine.
He's had wine. Cut him
Put
off,
down the
Bruce.
wine glass, bam.
Cut him off.
Okay, so question now about hair.
Hair.
We've got big hair on Chelle Kelle. Okay, that's what we do. We're 80s girls. We got some hair going on. So let's talk, Jennifer, about what you use. Why do I keep doing that? What you use on your hair.
Okay, I have some props here. So, as I said offline, I'm not the biggest on washing my own hair. Okay, as it is, I wash my hair once a week and still need to get it dyed every 3 weeks. That's how gray I am. So I'm afraid to wash it any more than 3 times because I don't want it to go gray in 2 weeks. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I use dry shampoo. And I recently found that this dry shampoo I've switched is amazing. It's Moroccan oil, and they have the tones like that match your hair color. Highly, highly recommend, especially if you want to play tennis or sweat and not wash your hair. Oh yeah, you're learning like my dirty hair secrets. And then because I do go gray so quickly, sometimes I need to like extend it a week, right? So I get the Urbe Root Touch Up. And this is like $25 for this little bottle. You can see it's like the size of my face. It's kind of small. And this is the best stuff ever. You just literally like spray it. You can't see that you're gray. It's freaking amazing. And they have it for all the shades.
We were just talking about gray.
It's, you can get it for your.
Since I've had my hair done. It's okay. Look how gray. Look at this. Oh my God.
I mean, I like your hair color,
I think
right?
it's
Like for
beautiful.
me, if I go gray, it's like salt and pepper, like not attractive.
Ugly gray.
We're sitting so nicely. But anyway,
No,
I live on this stuff. I live on this.
What
When
colors
I had
does
to get
that
this
come
for the
in?
pandemic, my color is dark brown. But when I had to get the pandemic, oh man, it was just a nightmare. It was just the lady was saying, "Mask above your nose, please," like yelling at me, and then it slipped down because I can't breathe with it above my nose. So like, and then she gave me a sample of something, and it was opened, and I'm like, "Hi, thank you for your sample, but this has already been opened. If you're going to give me a sample in a pandemic, may I please have one that's not been used?" And she's like, "Your mask is too low off your face." I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh my God.
So, do you get that stuff in a salon, or you get it you order it off Amazon, or it's not a long?
You can get it in a salon. There's any salon that carry. This is a fun fact. Any salon that carries Urbe has to carry the entire line. You cannot carry one or two pieces. They say go big or go home. You're gonna buy all of our shit or none of our shit. And so it's pretty cool actually how they've done that.
I like that.
What are your thoughts on ladies with armpit hair? Wasn't that a thing for a minute? I don't give it much thought, Eric.
No, ma'am, it was not.
That was never a thing. That was.
I don't think it was a thing, but I don't give it a thought.
I said he does. Yeah. So, anything else that you want to add, Jen?
I end my book this way, and I really treat life this way. Just wake up and do what you love. Life is too short to wake up and be miserable or unhappy or just pissed off with what you're doing. We do our job, our career, our work, whatever it is, a really big portion of the day. And every day is a good day to assess if you love it. Because I think a lot of people during COVID took a step back and they were like, "Oh, I hate my commute. I want to be home with my family. I hate what I'm doing. I don't like it." We don't need a global pandemic or any shit like that for you to be happy and wake up and do what you love. And you can decide that any day. It doesn't just need to be during some, national thing that's going on.
I agree.
Jen Gitomer for the win. Get up and do what you love. I'm really good.
I heard she's good. That's what I heard.
I heard you're good.
Oh my God. I'm never going to live that down. Thanks, Eric.
Pandemic to realize that you're not happy.
Is God speaking?
We kept on going to work.
Is that
That's so
Is that
interesting.
God?
Yeah, it's God. Jeffrey just said, but you do need a global pandemic to realize that you're not happy. Otherwise, you just keep going to work. Interesting. And I think that's what happened for a lot of people. And so what I'm saying is like, just ask yourself. Don't wait for shit to happen and stop you in your tracks. Stop your own tracks and say, is this what I want? Am I enjoying this every day?
Yeah.
Michelle, do you have fun?
I do have fun. I love what I do.
I know.
I mean, there are days. I mean, it's life. There are days, when maybe it's not the best day ever, but that doesn't mean I don't love what I do.
I think we
Oh,
have
I'll give
three
you one more
ladies.
thing.
Three
I'll
ladies
give you
that
one.
love what we do.
So my tennis coach told me he has a new calendar that is a day in the eyes of your dog.
Oh my God.
Oh, Kellen.
And so today it said it's like quotes from your dog's view every day, right? So today it said, "Today is the best day ever." And yesterday it said, "Today is the best day ever." And tomorrow it says, "Today is the best day ever." And I'm like, I want to come back as a dog.
Me too.
You know who that reminds me of, though? Not the dog part, but the sentiment. Randy Chafee. I don't know. Jen, do you know Randy Chafee?
Yeah.
He's a cutie pie. He says, "Make today the best day ever until tomorrow." And I love that.
I love that. That's
He says it every day.
so good.
Yeah, he's a smart cookie, like him.
That's
So,
a really good one.
but and he
Make
means
today
it.
the
And he
best
does
day
that.
ever until tomorrow.
Yep,
I
Randy
love that.
Chafee. Yeah, and I think he really lives that.
He does.
So, Randy Chafee. That's our first show.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Where is he watching that? Oh, that's our
I
very
don't
first
know,
one.
that is like really fast. How did he do that so quickly? That is
Because
good
he
production.
grew.
He's wonderful.
That is really good production.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Bye.
He's wonderful. Well, Jen, thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure and an honor to have you back as a return guest. Cynthia still has you by once, so you're going to have to come back soon.
I thought she was only here twice.
Well, she was on Mother's Day. She was on when it was.
Oh, I forgot about Mother's
She
Day.
was the guest, and then she was on.
Cynthia, we're having a competition. You just don't know it yet. For who can be on their show more? You're in the lead.
Really, people are clamoring to be on here. I mean, let's just say it like it is. I mean,
She's going for 4.
Jen is greater than Jeffrey.
Jen's greater than Jeffrey. Oh, man. Okay.
Poor Jeffrey.
All right, you guys.
Well, thank you so much, Jen. You are awesome.
Thank you so much. And guys, check out Jen Gitomer if you're not familiar with her. Get familiar with her and check out all of her stuff. There are links in the comments. So
thank you all for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely.
Next week we have a virtual assistant. And the week after that, possibly Don Mann.
Yay! That would be so amazing.
I know.
Navy SEAL, Don Mann. So
well, you guys have a great evening.
So much. We appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.